It's like Henry Ford just barfed all over my backyard. Holy crap. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Minecraft Create Mod. I'm Joe Mama, your host.
Joe Mama, what's up?
Hey Gen B. Hey, I'll tell you what's up. I'm really disappointed in you. That was one hell of a troll. Saying you're going to be on Hermitcraft when in fact you're not. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. And of course it made me wrong trying to argue in favor of you. Thinking, no, he can't possibly be trolling. He's a nice guy. Yeah, well, stepped in that one I did. Anyway, so check this out. What do you think? I'm trying to come up with an idea for a power plant, for power plants in this game. I'm kind of really liking this one here. Okay, so here's the deal. I want to make power plants based on different themes in my survival world, which we're going to visit here in just a minute. As far as the fans go, making power with fans, it doesn't make a ton of power, but if you put enough of them together and chain them, it will. Now you can see we've got 24 of these things together, and this is how much power we're getting. It's not going real fast, but we got some power going, and we've got kind of a mix here. We've got lava on this side, and we've got fire on this side. And I've added a couple of little features here, put copper here to kind of give it this steampunk look, and got some lava flowing in. My idea for this is that it would be buried underground, and there would be, I know this isn't producing a lot, but there would be like entire banks like this pattern would be repeated over and over again. And we could create tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of stress units in the survival world. I think that would be freaking awesome. Notice I've got belts going on over here, but the only issue there, I've got chain drives here, but the belts, they look better, but they actually take away from some of the power that's being produced, which is not a good thing. So anyway, yeah, just let me know what you think. I'd love to hear it. And I foresee, by the way, this is totally a facade right here, as you can see. I'm going to set up different themes for different types of power. Like if you can imagine, wind power would be out in a desert, where there isn't water, there isn't this geothermal type heat available, but there's lots of air moving across the arid land. So it'd be a great place for a wind farm. And then up in the mountains, we could set up a water plant and maybe even have water wheels sticking out the outside where you can see them. Looks very conspicuous. I think it could look really good. I want to pay a lot of attention to aesthetics. Don't pay any attention to the outside. That's just part of making the inside look the way it does. In fact, my ideal is that you never actually see the quote outside of this thing, because they would be buried in caves and the shafts would go to whatever need to be powered, but these things would be next to lava lakes and stuff like that. And you'd get down to it via elevator or something like that. Anyway, something to think about. Before we visit the survival world, I kind of want to show you what we're going to be doing today. We are going to be working on a tree farm, and I've got the components ready to go for us, and I was doing some testing here. A lot is changed with the design in the survival world, I think. Let's see, do I have any? Let's go ahead. I think that's what I'm needing right now, is just some miscellaneous stuff. Let's go ahead. Can we cue some of this onto the belt? And that grows the tree. All right, awesome. And notice we've got an etho clock with, I think, 10 items in the hopper. 10 items works perfect. It cuts the tree down. It gets rid of sticks. It gets rid of the apples by putting them into lava. And then the saplings get put right here, and then this arm puts them into the deployer, which deploys them, and then the bone meal comes up here and gets dropped into this deployer right here. I don't know why that, oh yeah, that's keeping the belt going. And that just provides bone meal for the tree. But I want to make a bank of them, and you can see right here I've got redstone going to the gear shifts over here, but in reality we don't need to do that. We can have it go to one gear shift, and then that shaft powers all three. I think that would be better. I was going to set up one with an oak tree, with a pine tree, and a birch tree. So that's why I have three set up, just to kind of get my spacing right. So we'll go to that in just a second. The one last thing I want to show you is for bone meal. I decided that I needed a source of bones, of course, but I also wanted an XP farm. So I decided it was time to set up a skeleton spawner. And the great thing about the Create mod is you don't actually need to go find a skelly spawner. You can bring them to you. You just have to go find them. So I spent a lot of my time at home getting those spawners collected. How do you collect spawners, Eric? I don't understand. Well, let me show you. Okay, right now you can see this is sitting here on a minecart, and when it goes through this minecart builder, what do we call this? Assembler? I think it's called an assembler. Let me take a look. Yes, cart assembler. Okay, when it has power, it puts the block above it onto a cart. Okay. When it's not on, let's see. Let's set it back up. Look at that. Okay, oh, pigs. See, I didn't want to do that. Freaking pigs. Anyway. Oh, no, you did not. No, you did not. Okay. So, notice, if we roll a cart under it, nothing happens, okay? But if we add a redstone signal to it and then we push the cart, it actually turns this into a single entity. And that's what we want, because then we can wrench it. Okay, there we go. And you can just pick up the entire contraption, and then you can set it down. Boom. And you can put it wherever you want, and then as long as you remove the redstone signal, you set up this cart assembler under where you want to put it, and then there you go. Yes, it was a pain in the neck, and I died many times, but I've got one set up, and that is going to be the supply of our bone meal. Okay, one other thing I would like to do before we visit the survival world is let's pay a visit to our water wheel. And I was watching, what is his name? Rage While Gaming, I think? I don't remember exactly what it's called, but I had set my water wheel up wrong. Remember when someone mentioned it was Surreal Al mentioned the idea of setting up a block that would, setting up a soul sand block that would keep the wheel going, keep the bubble vader going. Well, look, it does work. If I just elevated the block one space, now we get 320 stress units and a speed of 20 RPM. So that is a much better system in one way. It will work in a single layer. If you want to stack multiple layers, it's still not the best solution, because you're not going to gain anything by stacking these one on top of another, spaced 2 apart. Now, obviously, 320, it is 133% increase from the 240. It's 1 1/3. In order to achieve this level to where you can, right here, we got the same 240, but they're spaced only 2 blocks apart vertically. You can't do that with this arrangement because of the soul sand block. It doesn't work. So I'm not sure that you could get a benefit by stacking these things. Even if you could stack them 3 apart, you would still need this to be an increase of 150%, not 133. As it is, you can only stack them 4 apart is what I believe, and that would require at least a 200% increase just to break even. So what I'm getting at is that, yes, wheel for wheel, this delivers more power, but block for block, as far as volume goes, especially for a multi-layered power plant, this is still your best bet. Oh, and look, this is producing 256 stress units, not 240, so that means that this would have to, these things would almost have to be stacked right on top of each other to gain a percentage advantage when you stack them vertically over this arrangement right here. This is the better arrangement vertically. Obviously, again, wheel for wheel on a single layer, this would be your best bet. Without further ado, let's pay a visit to the survival world and let's see if we can get something done on this tree farm. All right, well, here we are in the survival world. Let's go for a walk immediately and I'll show you around. Okay, so I created this complete with an automatic fisher. I'm doing everything within survival mode, but I'm using every advantage I can, and yes, this world has the classic fishing loot data pack, and I am not ashamed of it. But I've created this building in here, and it took a lot of wood to do it. Getting wood is always a pain in the neck in this game, giggity. But I wanted to make this look nice and give us plenty of space to do some experimentation, and let's take a look from the outside. And by the way, yes, we're running Realistic Sky, which looks freaking awesome. And I've been attacked by a few roving bands of pillagers, and they have since met their demise. Am I still carrying? No, I'm not carrying. I died a bunch of times, so I'm probably not carrying the cursed anymore. I'm not carrying the, what you call it, the outcast. What is that called when you kill a villager or kill a pillager leader? I don't know. Can't remember. But anyway, yes, this is our workshop. I'm gonna sleep. Okay. And I set up this you probably saw in one of my shorts. You saw it in my shorts. This is the brass washer. This is the where I tried out the brass washing method, and it seems to work very well. Also, I've set up one of these furnace smelters, or I'm sorry, furnace engines. It's cool, but again, based on what we've been doing, I think I like my solution a whole lot better. And this is where I was experimenting with the water wheel, what we could do. And I've got a crafting grid here. Another set of water wheels here. Just, again, I've been like totally playing around. And then, this is the arrangement of water wheels right here that powers that assembly machine. And this, I'm going to show you, this is our wood collector right here. This is going to collect wood from our tree farm. And rather than throwing the apples and the sticks down through rather than throwing apples and sticks down into lava, I figured, you know what? Sticks are actually very useful in the game in survival. You make fences, you can make tools. So it actually would behoove us to hang on to them. So let's step outside for a minute. And this is where probably my first experiment in the survival world with these machines. With the create mod, I was making some milling machines, and I've got my storage is just an absolute mess right now. Okay, let's head outside. Okay, so first of all, this is going to be the location of our tree farm. And if I set these up properly, these are for the sticks and the apples, and this is for the actual wood. And the same goes for all of these. Now granted, we're talking pine trees. There's going to be pine trees here. And birch trees, but I still put the extra hole in case we wanted to put all three being oak trees, you know, just to give us more oak, or any single type of wood. So this is how this is going to work. We need one shaft that reverses with a timer. That's going to be the shaft that cuts down the tree, and that's what this is going to be. This is the gear shift that is attached to an etho clock. So I've built the etho clock. I've also given us the ability to turn these shafts on and off. Now there is one shaft right here that will be constantly in one direction, and that's going to keep all the deployment hands and the mechanical arms powered up. So this shaft needs to be just not changing direction. I mean, I guess it probably doesn't matter, but I just wanted to keep it separate. Now, this shaft here comes from our power plant, which we'll go take a look, and it's rotating pretty fast. And I'll take a look. With everything that's on the power plant's 43,000 stress units, and we've still got 35,000 remaining. So let's go take a visit over to that place. Now, as I said, when I want to make some actual, real power plants, and right now this is the only water plant. This is going to be our power for our bootstrap base. And I've actually created 2 layers by hand, just so you know. Oh, by the way, this actually transfers power into the house, okay? That brass washing system, this turns it on and off. That goes into the house. And then this, again, you can check the power plant. If I turn this off, you can see here, now we have full 43,000 available if we wanted to do that, but we'll leave it on for now. That's fine. And then this is our speed torque reduction. We'll call it torque reduction, but we get speed instead. So this is making it 8 times faster here if I've got my math right. But yes, my idea with power plants is to make each one with a theme. This is just the bootstrap plant. I'll probably just end up covering this up with dirt. But the big power plants for the big factories are not going to be here. They're going to be somewhere else. This is what we're going to use to power the machines that will build components for that big factory. Now let's take a look. This, I've got it using these blocks just so that we can mark out where the building is actually going to be, because there will be a building. There's going to be a kind of a powerhouse or of some sort here. Now this comes from, this is our feed from the Skelly farms down below. And we've got some bones in here already, but we need to set up machines that are going to pull it out of here and turn the bones into bone meal, and then bring the bones, or bone meal, where they can be used to plant the trees. Okay, this is our bubble vader, so this is our way down. All right, this is our Skelly farm, and we actually have a zombie farm as well. Yep, and they've started to appear. Now, I managed to find 4 of each locally, and they are inside here. We're not going to go in there to get them. But I was able to use some creative mode magic on, or not creative mode, create mod magic to make this thing. And that is by setting up these filters. Okay, let's see, I can collect the zombie components here, but if I want to ditch them, I can go through and pick out what I want, but if I want to ditch them, if I decide, you know what, I don't want to keep these, I can flip this, and they just go right out into here, which goes into lava. So I'll let that run its course. Then this right here collects all of the skeleton drops. Now, the arrows, you can't really see, but there's a filtering funnel over here. You see it? You see it? Can't see it. Anyway, there's a filtering funnel that pulls all the bones and sends them upstairs, topside. Everything else stays here, so that we can keep these arrows, because I kind of like to keep them for now, and I'll just transfer them to this chest. So, yep, that still gives us some arrows. And we can get rid of the armor or anything else we don't need. If something looks useful, we can hang on to it. If we don't need it, we flip this switch down here, or we flip both of these, and everything will just go right out the door, okay? And that will go into lava. Too easy. Okay, so let's turn that back on. I think that did it. All right. But I wanted it to be an XP farm, so we can come up here and we can start killing things. And you can see I got the Nixie clocks. I got the Nixie tubes. Absolutely have to have the Nixie tubes. Had to incorporate them. Love them. Okay. So this is going to provide us our bones. Just keep doing this, and it'll keep sending bones to the top. And let's see. If I put them in here. Okay. That'll bring the bones up topside. So we could go up this way, but I'm going to show you the other way up. This is the way I originally found this place. And let's see. Okay. And got some stuff there, but this is where I've been doing a lot of the mining. And we pop back upstairs, and we're back up in the basement of our workshop again. More bones have arrived. Again, we'll see them pop up here. There they go. A few more popping up last minute. I think I'm actually not dropping frames, but I'm losing frame rate here, which I think is because of what we're doing. Okay, let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I've set us up some components here and here. Okay, so what can I get rid of? I don't need those components, don't need the anvil. Got a potato, which is great. We're gonna plant those. That is a task for a different time. Let's see, what else can we use? And that bow, not that, not that. That is our god bow that I've been trying like heck to put together. And let's see, bed. Oh yeah, that's right, because I made this because just in case I want to set this up so we can sleep out here. Okay, let's start by setting up our first component. We're going to need cogwheels, and I, again, tried to give myself plenty of components to do these. It took me forever to get them together. Okay, so I don't lose them, and here's the veteran of getting the zombie stuff, the zombie and skeleton spawners over here. Alright, encased shaft, we could use that. Okay, so the way this is going to work... Oh, please tell me I made some extending shafts. Did I make some extending shafts? Did I not? Did I actually forget to make extending shafts? Aw, man. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to do that. I wanted to get all prepared, but I forgot an item. Okay, extending shafts. Okay, we'll put our extension there. Does that sound right? We want the piston to be in line with this. So if we do that, and we do that, put our piston there. Then, you know what we're going to need? We're going to need our super glue and chest. I think we're going to need chests. Definitely going to need chests. I just can't remember the order in which we put them in, if I can do this correctly. I had this all designed. And... okay, the saw. We have to keep this along the ground. Okay, let's get this. 1, 2, and we're actually going to put our chest here. And then we're going to put our saw. Where's our saw? Did I not grab our saw? Of course I did, because grabbing it would have made sense. And that's not what I do. I don't do things that make sense. Boom. Okay. So I think I got that right. And then we've got the chest is here. Now we want to keep this below one level, or down to one level above this ground, because when the tree grows, it has a tendency to, sometimes it goes up one trunk and then the leaves go everywhere, and we don't want to be pushing the leaves. Okay, so that's all stuck in place. So let's operate it real quick. Okay, we need to give it power, right? Okay. Pulls back. Excellent. Good deal. Okay, so now we need to do a couple of things. Let's grab a couple more chests, and let's grab the filters, or the funnels. Please tell me I have the funnels. Yes, right here. Spent enough brass making them. And also the depots. We need depots, and it would probably help to have the mechanical arms. Did I grab those? I know we had a bunch of those. Yep, got those. Okay. Alright, so if we take the filters, we put one here, and one here. I think that's right. And if I retract it... Alright, and this was going to be the apples. These is going to deposit the apples, and one of these is going to deposit the sticks. So there's the sticks. And this one, let's see. Oh, right. This one over here, we want to put this over here. This is actually going to deposit the wood. Now, there is one thing that will happen, and that is that the saplings, because there are so many, they're actually going to start to build up in the machine, and we'd actually have to clean it out once in a while. That is a little bit of a pain. Okay, so that will go there. So we got that right, but now we also need to provide a way for power to get over here. And I think if we do that, let's get a gearbox in place. Okay, this right here is actually going to be the saplings. So what's going to happen is, when this saw comes to this point and cuts this tree down, and this arm settles in place, it's immediately going to dump the apples, dump the sticks, and dump saplings, which are going to go onto this depot right there. And a mechanical arm is going to pick them up. So we put that there. And did I not grab the deployer? Yes, I did grab the deployer. We don't need these extensions. Let's get rid of some of the stuff that we aren't going to need. Okay, so we'll put the gearbox, I'm thinking right about here. Shaft here. Wrench that. No, like that. Wrench that like that. And then we could take our small gear, pop it here, and then mechanical arm, that's a good place for it. No, you know what? We can actually go down one, I think. So it's going to take the saplings out of here. Now we have to set up a deployer. And where's our deployer? Right here. We're actually going to need 2 deployers per tree. Okay. And alright, let's put our funnel on the top. We gotta wrench it so that it goes in. All of these are going out, correct? Okay, and then just for clarification, we're going to go ahead and set the filter for saplings. There we go. And we'll go ahead and set up an arm right here. And the arm is going to pull from here and put it in here. Boom. Okay, so that sets that up. But we're actually going to need another arm as well, and that's going to put, let's see, we're going to need another poker right here. Okay, believe it or not, the hitboxes are not a thing. We don't need to worry about that. So not a big deal, even though it looks like it would be, it's not. Okay, that is proper, goes in there, and the filter is bone meal. Oh, that's not cool. Put the thing on that box. And holy crap, that would be bad. Oh, but I have bones in here. Excellent. These little details like that, like setting the filters, you know? Forgot them. Completely forgot. So let's take some bone meal. Apply it to the filter. Okay. So the bone meal is going to come from here, but we have to figure out how that system is going to work. Okay, so that is where our arm that's going to take care of the bone meal is going to reside. And let's see, we can fill, nope, that hole doesn't need to be filled. That's where the sticks go, that's where the apples go, that's where the wood goes. Okay, best I can see, everything is where it needs to be. We just need to get the bone meal over here. Hey everybody, okay, so we're back. I sure hope this is working. I hope this is working okay. So I've got some good news and I got some bad news. The good news is we finished it. It's done. There it is down there. And oh my god, my backyard, it's like Henry Ford just barfed all over my backyard. Holy crap. But yes, it's all working. The bad news is my computer totally crashed in the process. Minecraft crashed in the process. Actually, I was in the process of laying out the belts and had everything recording, and then I got a Java error. I didn't know it was a Java error at the time. It basically said error, could not set up Java machine or something like that. Well, that's what the error said after I finally got the computer restarted. I just got the blue screen of death while I was setting the belts up. Just stopped, froze, blue screen of death. Had to do a scan to get Windows to boot back up. It found a few errors, and then the computer was working properly, and then I started up Minecraft, and that's when it started giving me this error about, you know, Java machine couldn't be set up. And I actually had to delete Minecraft, uninstall Minecraft and Java, restart the computer, and actually delete the entire folders of both to get it to start to work again. And fortunately, I was able to save my save files and a lot of the resource packs and stuff like that I'd been using, so that's good. But I lost all that footage. But here it is. It's working, and we're going to do a test here real quickly. But, so there's going to be some anomalies, I'm sure, with the graphics and everything. I've tried to correct them as I see them, but I notice it's actually a little bit darker. I think I may have had the gamma hacked for YouTube reasons, and I may end up doing that again. But, you know, we'll deal with that later. But anyway, let me get back down here. I had to get up there to get the shot, but I got to get down. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I've got these set up. One is for, I think this one is for birch trees. Okay, this one is for pine trees, or spruce trees, excuse me. And then this one over here is for oak trees. But before we can get any of that happening, what we need to do is I've got one filter ready to go. And I've set up this belt, and we have splitters. We have three-way splitters. Oh, actually, we can any-way splitters we want to. This thing is set up to do splitting, and that's what we want, which is very cool. What does it say? It says, when multiple outputs are available, split. Yes. So the thing we need to do is I set up this output right here that spits the bone meal into these machines. These arms work together in parallel to fill these crafting machines with bones, and keeps this chest full of bone meal, because these things are probably going to use a lot of it. So as soon as I hit this, we should start to see some results. Yes, yes, yes. Boom. Boom. Yes. They're happening. Trees are growing. Stuff is happening. Okay. Okay. Yep, there we go. Birch trees planted. Yes. Boom. Okay. Out freaking standing. So let's check the actual chests for just a second. Oops. Okay. Okay, what is... I can't see. Trying to see what's in the chest. Oh, for crying out loud. Dang. Okay. I see. Don't keep your bic eaters near rotating machinery. I got it. Okay, come on closer. Get closer. Okay, so there's an apple in there. That'll be dumped, I'm sure. Okay, and let me check this one over here. Okay, pine trees and sticks. Okay, I've got the sticks being deposited here. Okay, so they should drop down there. And the bone meal is all separated out with the belts. Okay, so they should go equally in each direction. And it seems to be working. Let's go downstairs and take a look at what we've got. Because the heck, is that a pigment? Is that actually a pigment? Oh yeah, definitely need to, definitely. Oh, are you gonna do something? You're not a piglin, right? Okay, yeah, definitely I think I had the gamma hacked because it was never this dark. Okay. Good to know. So what do we got here? Oh yeah, plenty of birch, plenty of spruce, plenty of oak. And then let's check our chests here. Apples. And sticks and dirt, apparently. Where'd the dirt come from? It must have fallen from somewhere. Okay. Well, this is awesome. Oh, yeah. Yep, definitely gonna have to reset. Gonna have to reset things. Is there anything that's amiss there? No, everything seems to be working pretty good. Alright, let's go topside. Oh man, I can feel the frames just being dragged down by this thing. So, clearly this is going to tax the system. Oh yeah, look at the lighting in here is just abysmal. And I noticed this thing just wants to jump all the time. Why is that? I don't know. Okay, so clearly this is working. Now these don't produce apples, but I did add this other filter here that would normally have apples that is, oh, this thing hops. Oh, it's automatic jump. Okay, got it. I need to turn that off. This thing, if I put jungle trees in here, it just deposits the jungle wood down in there. Now I'd have to change the sapling filters as well, but I think it's okay. This is great. It's totally working. Okay. I hope the process made sense to everybody. And we'll get this all enclosed, and then we're going to talk about future plans for this place in the future. In the future. We're going to talk about the future in the future. Great time for it. So anyway, I hope this all made sense. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and turn both... Oh, you know what? Let's leave them on. And then let's check the machine. Look, okay, it's going fast, but we are moderately stressed. We're halfway. We've got the power plant taxed half. So we got half a power plant worth of load on it. That's pretty cool. I like it. So I'm glad I made that extra layer. All right, let's go ahead. We're actually going to kill power to them. And we'll leave it just like that, I think. So it doesn't lag the system so much. But anyway, I hope that was interesting to y'all. It was fun for me to see it actually work. I hadn't actually seen a full bank of machines work like that. But now that I've seen it, I like it. But I very much sold on the idea that we need to enclose this because my backyard just looks like total industrial revolution ass. So yeah, that's got to change. But anyway, I hope you all learned something. I hope it was interesting. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. That sure helped me out. And I'm so looking forward to the ideas that we can make happen in this world. It's going to be great as long as the computer doesn't keep crashing. And I will see you guys in the next one. Ciao.